Kirsten, welcome to my book nook and my kitchen. I'm doing a bookshelf tour of my cookbooks. I've just reorganised them. I've got a lot of geographical books, a couple of historical books, a few general books. So I used to have all the geographical books here from east to west, but then of course there's a problem that Ireland is directly north of Spain. Ireland is directly north of Spain. So which one comes east? How far east of Scandinavia is East Africa? Well, it's not. It's north and south. So it's still not perfect, but I divided it up so I have the geographical books on the left, country specific or region specific, and the more general books, desserts at the top, and others at the bottom. About once a week I do a meal completely cooked from one of the books. The most recent one I did was the Hairy Biker's Family Cookbook just last night. Mums Know Best. And I put it in the British section because they read their motorbikes around the British Isles, meeting mums, but there are actually a lot of Estonian, Indian immigrant food. And we had chicken Maryland with buttermilk pie, which was very nice. Some of us in this house do not eat sauce, some of us in this house are vegetarian, so I tend to make quite a variety of foods. Obviously I've got celebrity books like the Cookbook, books in lots of different languages. This book is beautiful. Just going to pull it out. It's a great handbook of Dutch desserts. It's got a lot of techniques written in. Ingredient explanations. Love this book. Jam, which was a present, and I've made a couple of them, not many. This one's an old book, so it's got every recipe. It's very short, not very fleshed out, but it's got the basics of lots of recipes. I think I've got another one. It's all there. On this shelf I have the incredibly unwise 3 books in Hungarian. This is the traditional big book like Hungarians, Larus. I don't speak Hungarian, but maybe I could learn. I've got books in Spanish, South American. This is great. It's a South American book with vegetarian recipes because it's all kosher foods. Don't speak much Spanish, but I'm reasonably good at cooking in Spanish. The East African ones, or the African books, which I haven't used so much, I'm looking forward to using. This, which is, oh sorry, I said Kazakh, it's actually Kyrgyz. And it's written in Russian, Kyrgyz and English. And then I've got here some of the more general vegetarian books. This one I love so much, that's why it's broken, I use it all the time. This is the Hare Krishna book, which they're all on the internet, but I find it quite handy to have it just there. I've got a couple of bookish ones or pop culture books. So this is a Chalet Girls Cookbook. It's written in the theme of the girls from the Chalet School writing. It's quite old-fashioned. This one is annotated, but it's quite old-fashioned, but because it's quite an old book, but it's quite fun. I've got up here again the Gilmore Girls Cookbook, Eat Like a Gilmore, which I love, and the Archer's Cookbook, so it's not just books. Winnie the Pooh one, which I'll probably get rid of at some point. And yeah, so I've pulled out some books to show you specifically. Got this one, South American. I've also got the Italian version of this, I think, called the Scandinavian, and it's got lots of very slightly fancy food. So this is caramelised peaches and plums with mascarpone, crispy passion fruit flavoured banana ravioli with mandarin sorbet. Doesn't that look lovely? So this is all fine dinner party food. Fish kebabs, sauteed beef, corn stew, which is absolutely lovely. I really like that one. I made that as more of a family meal, but it was beautiful. Pumpkin stew served in a pumpkin. So this range is the World Cookbook collection. It's really good if you want something for a bit more fancy, maybe for a dinner party. This book, Roman Cookery, it's a hot mess. I hate the cover, I love the insides. It's all food that the Romans would made, and you can make it with modern ingredients, just like a Roman feast. So I often make their sort of early version of pasta, vegana, and their early version of pesto, and it's just really nice stuff. But it's also, because we live right near a Roman road, right outside of our house is a Roman road, so we talk about the Romans a lot, so I feel it's nice to tie in that with the Roman Cookery book. And if you're interested in classical cooking at all, or just something a little bit unusual that's not difficult but will make everyone go, wow, I didn't think about this, I'd highly recommend Mark Grant's Roman Cookery. This one I picked up in an airport or bookshop, I forget which, in Spain. It's a very simple romp through 100 different tapas dishes, but they're all very clearly written, very very nice, like party foods, and it's easily divided into vegetables, meats, fish, sauces, ham and figs. It's just a very basic cookbook, but because it's got everything in, it's got 100 things in, I find that really useful. And this book, which I mentioned before, the Vegetarian Entertaining, which I use a lot, has got the formal dinners, summer foods, winter foods, picnics, parties, that kind of thing, a big nectarine tart, and it's all like buffets. It's all divided into what sort of meal you might want to make, and then how to make it look a bit fancy or a bit appropriate for the party. And as I say, I use it quite a lot because apart from my cookbook project, I mostly use cookbooks for when I am having a dinner party or when I am having some other kind of entertainment. If you have a cookbook recommendation, let me know. If you spotted anything on my shelves that you want to know more about, then let me know. And I'll see you soon. Bye.